Ladies and gentlemen, weakness is often seen as a liability, a flaw that disqualifies us from greatness. Society teaches us to hide our vulnerabilities, to mask our struggles, and to present a polished version of ourselves to the world. But what if the very thing you're trying to conceal is the foundation for your strength? What if your weakness is not your end, but the place where your transformation begins? Life has a way of breaking us down. The storms we face, the disappointments we endure, and the heartbreaks we suffer can leave us feeling like we have nothing left to give. You may look at yourself in the mirror and see someone who is barely holding on, someone who feels inadequate, someone who questions if they will ever be enough. But let me tell you this, your weakness is not your identity, it is your opportunity. Think about the greatest transformations in nature. The seed must first break open before it grows into a tree. The caterpillar must endure the confines of the cocoon before it emerges as a butterfly. There is a breaking, a moment of weakness before the fullness of strength is revealed. Your life is no different. The moments that have left you feeling broken are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of something greater. Too often we focus on the pain of the process and miss the purpose in it. We cry over what we've lost, what didn't work out, or how we were hurt, and we fail to see that those very experiences are shaping us. They are teaching us resilience, humility, and faith. They are preparing us for a strength we didn't know we needed. The truth is, strength isn't born out of comfort. It's forged in the fire of adversity. It's in those moments when you feel like you can't go on that you discover the power to rise. Your weakness forces you to rely on something greater than yourself. When you come to the end of your own strength, you tap into a deeper source of power, God's strength. His power is made perfect in your weakness. He takes what the world sees as broken and uses it to create something beautiful. The very thing you thought would destroy you becomes the platform for your transformation. But here's the key. You must embrace your weakness, not as a flaw, but as a foundation. Stop hiding the parts of yourself that feel inadequate. Stop pretending to have it all together when you're struggling inside. Your authenticity is where your power lies. When you acknowledge your weakness, you give God room to work. You allow him to take your broken pieces and turn them into a masterpiece. Think about the stories of those who have overcome incredible odds. Their greatest victories were born out of their greatest struggles. The single mother who raises her children against all odds. The survivor who turns their pain into purpose. The woman who rises from the ashes of a failed relationship and steps into her destiny. Their strength didn't come from an absence of weakness. It came from their willingness to face their weakness and likeness and let it transform them. Weakness also teaches us empathy. When you've experienced pain, you can relate to others in their pain. When you've walked through darkness, you become a light for others. Your struggles give you the ability to connect, to inspire, and to lead. They give you a story worth sharing, a testimony of what is possible when you refuse to let weakness define you. Transformation begins when you stop fighting your weakness and start seeing it as part of your journey. It's not about denying the challenges you faced or pretending they didn't hurt. It's about choosing to believe that those challenges are shaping you into the woman you are meant to be. It's about recognizing that every tear you've cried, every battle you fought, and every fear you've overcome has a purpose. So stand tall, even in your weakest moments. Lift your head even when you feel like you're at your lowest. Your weakness is not the end of you. It's the beginning of something extraordinary. It's the starting point of your transformation, the foundation of your strength, and the evidence that you are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine. Embrace it and watch how your life begins to change. Pain is one of life's greatest teachers, yet it is also one of the hardest experiences to endure. When pain comes, it often feels permanent, like a weight that we cannot escape. It settles into our hearts, our minds, and even our bodies, convincing us that the discomfort, sorrow, or struggle we feel will last forever. But what if pain is not a destination, but a process? What if it is not the place where your story ends, but the forge where your strength, character, and destiny are shaped? When pain strikes, our natural reaction is to resist it. We want to run from it, avoid it, or suppress it. We see pain as an unwelcome intruder in our lives, something to be eradicated as quickly as possible. But pain is not meaningless. It has a purpose, even if it is difficult to see in the moment. Pain forces us to confront the areas of our lives that need growth. It peels back the layers of our comfort zones and exposes the raw places within us need healing, rebuilding, or transforming. Think about a sculptor working with a block of marble. At first glance, the marble seems whole and perfect, but the sculptor sees beyond the surface. With each strike of the chisel, pieces are broken away, and what seems destructive is actually the process of revealing something beautiful within. That's what pain does to us. It chisels away at the parts of us that no longer serve our purpose, the areas that hold us back or keep us small. Pain doesn't come to stay, it comes to move us. It pushes us out of complacency and into growth. It compels us to seek deeper answers and greater understanding. Pain has a way of clearing away distractions and focusing us on what truly matters. It reminds us of our resilience, our capacity to endure, and our ability to rebuild. While the process is uncomfortable, it is also necessary. Without the breaking, there can be no rebuilding. Without the refining fire, there can be no pure gold. One of the most powerful realizations about pain is that it is temporary. It may not feel that way in the moment. It may feel overwhelming and eternal, but it is not. Pain passes, wounds heal, scars fade. What remains is the strength and wisdom you gain from having gone through the process. Pain leaves behind lessons about yourself, about others, and about life that you could not have learned any other way. The process of pain is not meant to break you permanently, but to transform you. Consider the story of a seed planted in the soil. In the darkness of the earth, the seed is buried, surrounded by pressure, and unable to see the light. It could feel like the end, but it is actually the beginning. The pressure and darkness are necessary for the seed to crack open and grow into its full potential. In the same way, your pain may feel like a burial, but it is actually a planting. It is preparing you to rise. One of the hardest things about pain is that it isolates us. It makes us feel like we are the only ones going through what we're experiencing. But the truth is, pain is universal. Everyone faces it in some form. What sets people apart is how they respond to it. Will you let pain define you, or will you let it refine you? Will you let it become your identity, or will you use it as a stepping stone to your next chapter? Pain also has a way of teaching us compassion. When you've walked through the valley of pain, you become more sensitive to the struggles of others. You develop a deeper understanding of what it means to hurt, to grieve, and to endure. This empathy is a gift. It allows you to connect with others on a level that is authentic and healing. Your pain becomes a bridge that helps others cross their own. But to reach that point, you must first accept that pain is part of the process. This is not about denying your feelings or pretending to be strong when you're not. It's about acknowledging the pain, sitting with it, and allowing it to do its work. Pain is a teacher, and every lesson it brings is meant to prepare you for what's ahead. You may not see it now, but the pain you're enduring is shaping you into the person you were meant to be. It's building resilience, deepening your faith, and opening doors to opportunities you can't yet imagine. So while you may feel like you're in a season of darkness, remember that seasons change. The pain you feel today is not permanent. It is a passage, not a prison. Trust the process and know that brighter days are ahead.